to say hello to everyone. My name is Reverend Jerry Hobby, and I want you to know that today is Happy Wednesday, and what that means is we're going to have a grand and a glorious day. We're here on the Pacific Coast, so you know what that means. Many of us are still waking up. But the way we like to start today is we always like to warm the field of life. And we've already begun. We were setting up, having a good laugh. You know, laughing is a meditation, and we get an opportunity to practice even more. We're going to move into the silence. We're inviting you to join us wherever you're at in the world. We want you to just join us. Just sit in the silence for a moment. We're going to share a sacred reading. And what we're going to do is we're going to shape the direction of our life by simply being in spiritual practice. Our reading this morning comes from 365 Days of Daily Living. Daily Inspirations by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. Today's reading is entitled, I Forgive Myself for All My Mistakes. We start first with a reading. It comes from Psalms chapter 34, verse 8. O taste and see, the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. The Bible stresses the necessity of forgiveness. The key idea is necessary to a fully developed and well-balanced viewpoint. We cannot go ahead while looking backwards. Those who have offended us are merely the symbol of our own inner mistake. They bear witness to the times wherein we have failed to remember God in our fellow beings. The truly spiritual person is never hurt by others, so there is no forgiveness necessary for him. Only those who are still on the pathway from matter to mind need to learn how to forgive. The true metaphysician has erased the possibility of seeing evil in this fellow man and has gone beyond forgiveness. We can do this today. It may not be easy and it may not be quick, but it can be done if we see God and his Christ in every man we see. This is the forward look. This is the outward reach. It lifts us to the very heels of the Lord. My consciousness is governed and controlled by the law of mind. Through this law, I'm able to destroy evil and establish all good. I now think deeply of all who have hurt, annoyed, or confused me. To them, I say, I am sorry that I failed to see God in them and around them. I release freely from my mind all thought against any being. I behold each one in my world as children of God. As Michael King would say, Godlings, expressing the truth of life. I am forgiven, for I have forgiven my neighbor, and I have found God where I formerly believed error to exist. I praise and bless the good of all whom I know. Divine love in me reaches out and enfolds them in understanding and peace. I am at peace with God and my fellow beings. I'm going to invite you to simply breathe into that space. I'm going to invite you to sit in the silence with all of these things, these words, the idea, the thinking. Just breathe. And I invite you, if you have not, drop into the heart space. Our reading this morning comes from 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. Today's reading is entitled, I Forgive Myself of All My Mistakes. We start first with a reading from Psalms. It says, Oh, taste and see the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that is truest in him. That comes from Psalms chapter 34, verse 8. The Bible stresses the necessity of forgiveness. This key idea is necessary to a fully developed and well-balanced viewpoint. We cannot go ahead while looking backwards. Those who have offended you are merely the symbols of our inner mistakes. They bear witness to the times wherein we have failed to remember God in our fellow beings. The truly spiritual person is never hurt by others, so there is no forgiveness necessary for him. Only those who are still in the pathway from matter to mind need to learn how to forgive. The true metaphysician has erased the possibility of seeing evil in his fellow man and has gone beyond forgiveness into complete spiritual understanding. We can do this today. It may not be easy and it may not be quick, but it can be done if we see God and it's Christ in everyone. This is the power. This is the forward look. This is the upward reach. It lifts us up to the very heels of the Lord. So I'm going to invite you to breathe with me this moment. And as you're breathing with me this moment, I want to frame that word Christ, because oftentimes people get stuck in the material world. They fail to realize or understand the power of Christ. That Christ is a new pattern. That Christ is the moving forward of newness. So I'm going to invite you to join me in a moment by utilizing the power of your word. I'm going to invite you to be intentional as we step into the arena of forgiveness, the release of old patterns. Back in the day when I was growing up, as a Baptist child in a Baptist church, I heard a lot about the word sin. Sin is nothing more than a mistake. Breaking those patterns today. So I invite you to unmute right now. We're going to speak the word of truth. And we're going to speak from that place within ourselves that has never ever been hurt, harmed, or disturbed. In this human realm, if you ever find that you have been hurt, harmed, and disturbed, go and sit with that part of yourself that has never ever been hurt, harmed, or disturbed. It's the Christ consciousness. It's the place where you can move into new beginnings. Okay, so we begin right now. My consciousness is governed and controlled by a law of mind.
My consciousness is governed and controlled by a law of mind.
Through this law, I am able to destroy evil and establish all good.
Through this law, I am able to destroy evil and accomplish all good.
I now think deeply of all who have hurt,
I now think deeply
Now
of
think
all
deeply of all who have hurt,
annoyed, or confused me.
annoyed,
annoyed or
or
confused
confused
me.
me.
To them I say,
To them I say,
I am sorry that I failed to see God in them.
I am sorry
I'm
that I
sorry
failed
that
to
I
see
failed
God
to
in
see
them
God in them
And around them.
and
and
around them.
around them.
I release freely
I release
I
freely
release freely
from my mind
from my
from my
mind
mind
all thought against any being.
all
all
thought
thought
against any being.
being.
I behold each one in my world
I
I
behold each
behold
one
each one in
in
my
my world
world
as beings,
as
children of God.
as
being
being children of
children
God,
of God,
Expressing the truth of life.
expressing the
expressing
truth
the
of
truth
life.
of life.
I am forgiven,
I am
I am
forgiven,
forgiven,
for I have forgiven my neighbor,
for I have
I have
forgiven
forgiven
my neighbor,
my neighbor,
and I have found God where I formerly
and I have
and I
found
found
God
God
where
where I
I
formerly
formerly
believed error to exist.
believed
believed
error to
error to
exist.
exist.
I praise and bless the good
I
I
praise
praise
and
and
bless
bless
the
the
good
good
of all whom I know.
of
of
all
all
whom I know,
whom I know.
Divine love in me
divine love
Divine
in
love
me,
in me
reaches out
reaches
reaches
out
out
and enfolds them in understanding
and
and
enfolds them
folds
in
them in
understanding
understanding
and peace.
and
and
peace.
peace.
I now am
I
I now
now
am
am
at peace with God and man.
at
at
peace
peace
with
with
God
God and
and
man.
man.
And I invite you to breathe those words in. And I'm going to extend our vocabulary today because oftentimes when important writings are written in different time periods, people miss the mark. We've missed the mark in our understanding of all of our sacred teachings. It's important today we not miss the mark. When we say man, I often like to interchange it with beings, honoring every aspect of humanity, everyone. In this very moment, right here, right now, I'm inviting you to allow your hearts to be lifted above all the outer circumstances. I'm inviting you to be a tipping point personally within your life, and I'm inviting you to be a tipping point for the collective of all humanity. So, all those things, we may even call them crimes against ourselves, our humanity. And I'm inviting you to breathe into this space of forgiveness. Forgiveness is nothing more than allowing love to move into those holy and sacred spaces, and allowing love to heal, allowing for new divine patterns, allowing for grand and glorious, innovative ways of expressing itself that support the good for all concerned. I invite you to breathe into this space this morning And as you're breathing into this space this morning, I invite you to anchor and allow that presence to shine forth, to go before you this day, and allow it to fulfill itself. I'm going to call it as divine grace. I call it the peace that passeth all understanding. And maybe it is beyond the human realm, and maybe it is a part of the infinite realm of understanding. Breathe that in, and I invite you to allow that to be the soothing presence within every muscle of your being. Allow it to be the presence within every breath you take. Allow it to saturate every atom of your being. And as we're honoring this within our physical body on this human plane, we acknowledge it as the body within our minds, our thinking, within the body of our emotions, within the body of all of our affairs. That includes our health, our finance, our relationships, the creative mode, our self-awareness. Just breathe. And as you're breathing right now, I invite you to smile. And as you're smiling, we honor this presence. We bow to this presence. We allow for this presence to expand itself within us, through us, and as us. This is the Christ strengthening and lifting us up. And so in this breath right now, I invite you to be present in gratitude, and together we affirm. And so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
Now it is.
Now it is.
Now it is.
Amen.
Amen, amen, and ashe.
Amen, amen, and ashe.
Mhm. I am opening my eyes. I'm reminding everyone today is Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday is when we come together and when we celebrate from a space of love. We celebrate truth and we reinforce our awareness of it. So great things are happening today. I am going to be here at 12 noon. We're going to go on Facebook Live and be a beneficial presence. I'm so grateful. And then at 6:30, Reverend Larry is doing his book webinar, and I'm sharing that there are great things unfolding and expressing itself. And after that, we have other things to look forward to. We have the Power 8 Prosperity Prayer Group. We are in sacred service, and that sacred service is for good in the world, for all of us, and that includes prosperity. So please come, be with us, visit us at seatfm.org to find out more about the great offerings. I'm going to say goodbye to our YouTube audience. Remember to like,